to another episode of Unpopular Honesty. Today marks 6 years since the passing of my brother, Wordsmith. It was the hardest moment of my life. I'm gonna be honest, it's still difficult for me to deal with talking about my brother in the past tense. It is still difficult for me to accept that he is no longer with us. Since his untimely passing, I have kept his name and image alive via Flames Friday when I share the pictures. On my story, I might throw a video of us up there. I always listen to Where Your Edge Is At on a Friday, and Saturday morning I'm listening to Saturday music. Needless to say, my brother is still very much a part of my life, and I don't think that will ever stop. I will not stop representing my brother. I will continue, because that's what I have to do. I have to uphold that legacy. You know what I mean? So, for all those who knew my brother, if he was near and dear to your heart, please give him some type of respect today. Wow. Well, so much going on in the world, man. So much going on in the world, man. Let's see where we begin, man. First of all, shout out to Miss Jaguar Wright. Whenever you are a truth speaker, there's gonna be things that's set in place to deter you from your mission. There's gonna be all sorts of roadblocks and hater-isms to deal with. But shout out to Jaguar Wright, and shout out to the truth speakers of the world. You know what I'm saying? Found out some more new music that is gonna be released within this calendar year. You know what I'm saying? I know we talked about a lot the last time. You know what I'm saying, about a lot of the most anticipated albums or whatever. But it's some albums that have been announced, and I'm quite surprised. LL Cool J announces a new album for 2023, but it's also a rumor that he has a collab album with Eminem. Wow. If that's even the truth, wow. You know what I'm saying? That's all I gotta say. I'll definitely be looking forward to that. Bun B and Talib Kweli got an album together, and I'm looking forward to hearing that whenever that drop. It might drop the end of the year. Daz Dillinger and Lil Eazy-E got a project coming out in March. Anderson .Paak and Hit Boy. Hit Boy's been on the road lately. You You know what I'm saying? They say, Watch the Throne too. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We'll just have to wait and see. The return of the Clips, in light of Pusha T leaving Good Music, he's probably, more than likely trying to get a Clips. And you know what, man? I don't have anything bad to say about the Clips. You know what I'm saying? Because their first two albums were home runs, both of them. You know what I'm saying? I would love to hear a new Clips album produced by the Neptunes. I think that would be dope as hell. You know what I'm saying? Another collaboration album, Joyner Lucas and Chris Brown. Some people would say that's a odd combination, but Joyner is a spitter, and Chris, who can spit too, but he can hold his down on the R&B side. I think that would be interesting to see that dynamic. And Usher, Confessions 2. The sequel to the 14 times platinum selling predecessor, which was released in 2004. I say R&B is in a space where it needs something of that magnitude. You know what I'm saying? Because R&B died years ago, and it needs resuscitation. And maybe a record, you know what I'm saying, of that magnitude could, up the stakes for R&B music. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of R&B music, Erykah Badu and her daughter went viral for a picture of their booty. Now, my question is, what kind of message does that send to women who are raising daughters? Because just as someone looks at something, it also validates it and makes it cool for them. And then mother and daughter who are not famous also taking the picture as well and thinking that that's cool because this is what they saw on the internet or social media. I think it just puts a bad message out there, man. Gender roles in hip hop have switched. I'm laughing, but it's really reality. Have you ever noticed that the males in hip hop don't have deep or masculine voices? All their voices are light, soft. And then you listen to female rappers and they sound aggressive. They sound like they just came off a football field. They are, you know what I'm saying? You can hear the aggression in them. Don't you think that that's a little suspicious? I mean, if I tell you that the roles have switched and you can easily, you know what I'm saying, put two and two together, you see what they doing, huh? All right. They need a ghostwriter category at all award shows. Very, very, very true, man. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z is set to perform at this year's Grammys. What does that mean for hip-hop? You know what I'm saying? Because Jay, along with others, have always stood against the Grammys for whatever reason. You know what I'm Jay in the early going had a Grammy boycott issue back in the 90s. People that probably don't remember that though, but it's true. A lot of rappers have been at odds with the Grammys, and the reason why is because the Grammys. First of all, let's take it all the way back to the beginning. I believe either in 1987 or 88, the Grammys rejected giving rap a category because they didn't consider it legitimate music. Let's just be all the way real about it. Okay. But after petitions, after artists, representatives, record labels, so on and so forth, they finally gave rap a category in 1989. But they did not televise the category. So, all those rappers and groups who were nominated, instead of going to the Grammys, they had a boycott Grammy party, which was hosted by Fab Five Freddy and captured on an episode of Yo MTV Raps. And I'm telling you all of this to tell you that the history between hip hop and the Grammys has not been good. It might appear that it's good now that rap is global. It's the most listened to genre of music on planet Earth and, you know, whatever. But I remember when the Grammys slighted rap. And matter of fact, even after they gave us a category, they kept slighting rap. You know why? Because they were always 3 steps behind the culture. Most recently, in recent memory, everybody knows that Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City, was the best rap album of 2012. Well, why did the Grammy go to Macklemore? You see what I'm saying? The Grammys is always behind 3 to 4 steps. I don't know. What does it mean that all these artists will perform at the Grammys? I don't really know, man. Biggie is being honored with some limited edition Jordans. And all I'm going to say is I hope that his family gets the proceeds. There's some more crazy news. Fans of Tupac and Biggie can now text them via AI app. First of all, how do you text somebody that's deceased? Does heaven have a phone line that I don't know about? Is there a computer line that I don't know about? Skype, something like that. You know what I mean? Something where people can communicate with people who are no longer here. I think that would be a great device if that was actually to exist, but in all reality, an artificial intelligence app that you can text two of the greatest rappers who are no longer with us. Just don't make no sense to me. I don't know, man. Papoose, congratulations to Papoose, appointed head of hip hop at TuneCore. You know what I'm saying? I hope the brother does good, man. You know, as we get in positions of power, it is up to us to maintain the the legacy and the integrity of this culture. This year, hip hop turns 50 years old. 50. So, and I bring that up because, you know, I've heard a lot in the last 10 years, you know, a lot about age. And this is not from, well, I've talked about age with people within my age group, but then I also talked about age with younger people. And younger people, you know, a lot of times come with the disrespect. You know what I'm saying? The disrespect of, oh, you know, that was the 90s and this is today, as if today is better than the 90s. And it's not. They bring up this age thing. Age always plays a factor, always plays a role. Well, now you gotta understand that this culture was here long before you was even created. 50 years, this August 11th, 2023. Hopefully, it won't be no more about age. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, you get to learn the culture, where it started, how it started, why it started, all the, you know what I'm saying, the ins and outs, because this generation does not believe in education or doing research, but you need to. Because if you know not your history, you're not going to know where you're going. You know what I'm saying? So, how will you celebrate 50 years of hip hop? I don't know how I would. I mean, I'm hip hop every day. You know what I mean? So, it's kind of hard to say how I would. But there will be a celebration and there will be education, because it's a lot of information that people don't know. And if they can't get out, if they can't go to New York, if they can't go to any celebration or, you know what I'm saying, anything of that sort that they're going to have this year, I will do my duty to spread the word, spread the knowledge of this culture. Before I go any further, I would like to say rest in peace to Tyree Nichols. I didn't get a chance to watch the video. But I hope that the perpetrators of that heinous act get what they deserve. And that's the real. A lot of times, we don't have the opportunity, well, I'm going to say I don't have the opportunity to speak on certain things that occur within the community. And I just felt, honestly, you know, to say something about it, to address it on my platform, because it needs to be addressed. Deeper than that, it's deeper problems that we need to address as well. You know, I don't want to go too deep, but we got to stand for something out here. You know, and I remember at one time black people did stand for something. Black people did have dignity. They did have self-respect. I remember those times. Those are the times that I was raised in. That's why walking outside and being around today feel real weird and funny to me, because it's not like that anymore. It's a different world. Not the television show. It's really a different world. Times have changed. People, what they value have changed. If you ask me, we lead the league in taking away the value from ourselves. To be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? By the way we move, by the way we act. We get a little money, and instead of investing it or, putting it up and letting it grow interest, we in a rush to give it right back to the car dealership. We in a rush to give it right back to the jewelry man. We in a rush to give it back to the man who's selling whatever Gucci, whatever high-end name brand clothes you wear. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna go eat probably, some expensive food that non-black people have cooked. I'm laughing, but it's funny. You know what I'm saying? And, all of this, and I'm just being honest, man. Like, we have a lot of waking up to do. Even with the people who are quote unquote woke, we have a lot of waking up to do. We have came a long way. We have overcame a whole lot. But we gotta overcome stupidity, man. Stupidity is crippling right now, man. Stupidity is a driving force in the black community. Stupidity is on display every day in the black community. Stupidity is everywhere you turn. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube, don't matter. It's everywhere. But as one of them black people, do they read a book? It might just get as quiet as it got after I asked that question. See what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Like, and where it relates to the music is, if the public likes something that's dumbed down, that has gotten a hold to their mind, that has gotten a hold to their thoughts, they tapped into the frequency and they so used to it, eventually it distorts your thought processes. It makes you think that this music is good when really it's not. It's not providing you a message. It's not giving you news that you could use. It's teaching you how to be dumb and dumber. And how many people go to the club and celebrate Dumb and Dumber every weekend? This is what I'm saying, though. This is what I'm saying, though. We gotta keep it 100 with ourselves, man. We gotta keep it 100 with ourselves, man. We care more about looking good than anything. Out of everybody, man, we care more about looking good than anything. You could be doing bad, you could be in last place, but as long as you looking good, That seems to be what the black community care about. You know, and I'd rather be good than look good. And that's just me. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I think about it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we can't take none of these bags that we glorify with us. We can't take none of this material stuff we bought with us. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, enjoy it, but don't let it become your life. Don't let it become your idol. Don't worship idols. And that's what a lot of people do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people worship idols. And in relation to the music, you know, I've heard people call, I'm not going to say the artist's name, but they're going to call this a certain artist God. And I said, God to who? He ain't wake you or me up in the morning. He ain't no God to me. He not a God to you. You don't pray to that dude. You know what I'm saying? You listen to his music. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about, stupid? Like, praise it. Like, there's fans, and then there's followers. Devout followers. Some people describe it as a cult following. But these people, I call them cheerleaders. You know what I'm saying? Because even back in the day when we was in the 90s, I mean, if you like somebody's music, you like that music, but there was a line. There was definitely a line. Starting with everybody knows one of my favorite artists is Tupac Shakur. Check this out. I've never had a bald head. I've never had tattoos across my abdomen. I never had a nose ring. I never, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never wanted to look like Tupac. I never walked around calling myself Tupac. Today, there are people that walk around calling themselves other people's names. They name their social media pages after these people. A lot of them bear the same looks as the people that they look up to. You couldn't have done that back in my era. You would have got clowned real bad. Like, you would have got clowned so bad to the point to where you probably wouldn't want to come out your house because you got to hear people clowning you all day. And that's what needs to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because people don't have an identity anymore. How you go out in the world and pretend to be somebody else? How does that happen? Oh, I don't want to be myself. I'm gonna be such and such today. And I'm walking down the street, I'm acting like such and such. I'm talking like such and such. And yeah, I'm moving like such and such. I look like such and such. And yeah, I'm, you know. How do you do that? I never wanted to be another person. I can only be me. I don't know, man. Boys be tripped out, man. But we need, you know, people need their own identity, man. People need to know that it's all right to be yourself. Because that's what's wrong with the world now. And that's, you know, byproduct of the world, it has affected the music. Because there's no identity. You know, rap really doesn't have its identity, if you want to be technical about it. Look at the sound of rap. Look at what people have accepted as rap. They accept singing as rap, harmonizing, half-ass harmonizing from people who can't sing with or without auto-tune. They've accepted that as rap. And I don't get it for the life of me. For the life of me, I don't get it. But I'm going to say this, man. As a people, we have to do better. We have to do better. It's imperative that we do better. For those with kids, please talk to your kids before the system do it for you. It sounds very harsh to say, but it's a real thing to say. For the kids, if there's any children or young kids that watch this, man, don't be in a rush to grow old. Please don't. That's you know what, I'm gonna be transparent right now. I was one of those kids that always pretended to be older than what I really was. And that's because girls back then, they didn't want to talk to guys who were their age. They always wanted to talk to older guys. So I always would have to lie about my age. Try to deepen my voice to talk to them. And I did that to get to where I needed to get to. And it got the job done. You know what I mean? But now, looking back, I would have rather just told the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't no point in lying. And if you have lied before, you do know how the process works. So you tell one, and you got to tell another one to cover it up. And you probably tell another one on top of that one. And before you know it, you got too many lies. With a man's mind, you might forget about one or two of them. You know what I'm saying? And hey, there you are. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just being honest about the situation. I'd rather tell the truth than to tell a lie. And I had to do that when I was younger. But when I became a man, I didn't have to lie anymore. So, how about us as black people stop lying to ourselves, stop lying to our kids, stop lying to the outside world that's watching us, and let's do better for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Before I get up out of here, I want to send a shout out to Media Kings. Shout out to all my H-Time peoples. You know what I'm saying? I'll be seeing y'all real soon. You know what I'm saying? Can't wait. And shit, man, before we get up out of here, I want to say stay tuned. Breademic comes out February 10th, 2023. Got a lot of visuals coming your way. I have a visual for every song on the project. This is my first time doing that. Get ready, man, because there's a lot of stuff that's going to be heading your way very soon. Short films, long films, documentaries, books, a lot more music on the way. Stay tuned, man. On behalf of the good people at One Man Records, I am Cornbread Capone. This is Unpopular Honesty, the home of brutal honesty and real hip-hop music. Till next time, everybody, peace and love, because that's what the world needs, man.